Yeah, keep you guys all. We'll try to keep you guys, happy. Opening statement. What a great job by our offense in the first inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Left-handers throwing the ball pretty good. 92, 94 miles an hour. Pretty good breaking ball. And then, I don't know, 35, 40 more pitches, and he's out of the game. Haven't really seen that. Seen some big innings, but in the first inning with 2 outs and nobody on, it was a great effort up and down the lineup. I know they gave us a little bit of help with the ball that they booted. Looked like the shortstop was thinking, I'm going to go to second. No, I'm going to go to first. And he just got a little discombobulated, if that's a word. And then, Souza with 2 strikes chopped one. They were kind of playing over, and we knew he'd beat it out. And we had a lot of things go our way, but we made a lot of that happen by the way we battled and just fought and, hit by a pitch twice, a few walks. It was just a great inning. And then, it continued on. It seemed like we scored every other inning, and then, calmed down there at the end a little bit. But offense, for the most part, did a really good job. And then on the pitching side, Gabe comes out, throws the ball pretty well, and then he gets an out in the second. It's our shutdown inning, and it just nibbling, just missing. All of a sudden it's ball 3, and then foul ball, then just off the plate ball 4, and things were happening, and they were one swing being right back in the game. And hated to pull him, but he got to 30 pitches, going to the, I think, 1 hole, 2 hole. Now they're at the 3 hole with the bases loaded and 2 outs. 3 hole hitter can hit it out at any stadium in the country. He just wanted to go with someone with a different look, a little sink. And, Aiden came in and got I think a ground ball to short or whatever happened. And, got through that inning. And because that game, when you score 8 runs and then the other team gets back on you, you're in for a fight. And if we didn't slow that down, we might not be sitting here with another win. And but I thought Aiden did a great job. And then Matt came in and threw the ball extremely well. He wasn't pitching like we were up 8 or 9. He was pitching like we were up 2, and that's what I like to see. Throwing the ball 90, 91 miles an hour with a good cutter, even throw a breaking ball for a strike that rang a guy up. And it was just good to see the end of the order do a little bit. You look at Helfrich had a 2-hit game yesterday. Today was his first. That was his first 2-hit game here as a college player at Arkansas, and then today he got had a 3-hit game, and all of them were hit hard. So, just a lot of production all the way around. And I don't know, good series win. Got 1 more to go.
There's no telling how many runs Vahiva saved for you with that defensive play.
Unbelievable.
But then he turns around, he gets a double, he scores. I mean, can you kind of speak to the all-around value that he's given your team?
Yeah, I mean, I talked about that to the team out there, how well Aiden pitched and got through 3 1/3 without giving up a run. But I said, that wouldn't have happened without the unbelievable play that our shortstop made. He got the bases loaded, 2 outs, and he takes 2 steps to his right, jumps as high as he can, snags the ball. Not only did he catch the ball, he's already thinking, I'm going to get me a double play here. And when he hit the ground, he was already turning, made the throw, was something on it, accurate, and we're out of the inning. So if that ball gets over his head, there's 2 in right there, probably runners at second and third with the 1 out. So it probably at a minimum they're going to score 1 more. So he's probably saved at least 3 runs. It could have been more. Yeah, I mean, all those things add up because I talked to them about our defense, and I'd given them extra bats, and we gave them some extra bats in the second, and they climbed back in. And after that, we didn't walk people really, and we made them earn it. And sometimes when you jump out to a big league like that, as a coach, I get a little nervous because, sometimes you just shut down and they just creep back in. They score 1 here, they score 2 there, and it's 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. And next thing you know, it's 8-5. and they have some good hitters and they have good players. So I feel very fortunate to do what we did today and yesterday. So I'm sure tomorrow's game is going to be a dogfight.
Your outfield scored 5 runs, 5 of your 12 today. You didn't get a lot of offensive production out of the outfield last year. How much is having outfielders who are producing for you at the plate kind of played into the start that you've had offensively?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, we weren't trying to say anything negative about anybody, but this year's outfield, that was what we had to go get. We had to get some older kids. We were hoping Kendall could come back and be ready, and he's still not quite ready. But the outfielders, you look at the year before, and the year before, you talk about some guys that could hit and run, a little power, and we've got that again. And they've done a tremendous job, and they have to fight a little bit to play, and it keeps them working. And there's a lot of camaraderie too. They pull for each other when they're not in the lineup. So I've really enjoyed being around that. But outfield has put up a lot of production for us this year.
Out of left field, the basketball team won, and the stadium just kind of went crazy for about 5-10 minutes. Did you notice that from the dugout? Did you wonder what was going on?
We thought that was all for Will. So did Will. No, we don't know. Yeah, we kind of knew what was going on. I heard that maybe a few minutes earlier, a big rumble in the stands, and I thought they just won or something happened. I figured the game was already over. I don't know what time it started. I know what time it was supposed to start. So I was thinking a couple hours in, it's got to be close to being over. And then obviously, when the crowd made a lot of noise, I figured we had just won the game or clinched it or whatever, and it was just a matter of time.
What's the biggest difference you saw between Gabe in that first inning and that second inning?
Yeah, I don't know. He did have to sit for a long time. Not making any excuses for him, but, what did we hit for 30 minutes maybe? And what I saw was, he was just dancing around the strike zone instead of just going right at him. And I don't know, I guess I'm going to say command. There was some command issues there. And, he's got to get that fixed. We got to get it right. It seems like we're playing D. We're scoring enough runs, and we got a great start yesterday, amazing. And luckily today we got out to a big lead, or who knows how many pitchers we would have had to use. So you don't want to. You got to have something left for Sunday. Unfortunately, we do.
Feels like Helfrich's kind of just been, hitting into tough luck almost his entire time here. Just how good is it to see that finally maybe turn in his favor?
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. I mean, for him, good receiver, calls a good game, strong, can run, do some things, and probably one of the more athletic catchers in our league. And, we can get him on base. I mean, he can score from second on a single. He can go from first to third. He can run, and that's a weapon down there. Souza can run, hitting in the 8-hole, and obviously the 9-hole can run. And but we got to get those guys on base. And what I've seen a little bit lately is he's turned the field. He's hitting his best bolt foul, and now he's kind of turned the field. He's using right field. I mean, he 2 hits to right today. It was great, and then he hit a line drive to left, and then he just barely got out front of one, hit it off the end of the bat. And or he'd had a home run. He flew out to the track, and he hit it off the last probably 3 inches of the barrel.
Second straight outing, and Jimenez has been really efficient. Just talk about his efficiency and the run that he's on.
He's just a little different, and he can go through it seems like the order. They're all 9 hitters, throwing a lot of strikes. Throws what I call a heavy fastball with some sink, and throwing a cutter. Got a little breaking ball going, and again, he's I don't even know if he's at a full 12 months out from Tommy John. And I think I looked up there one time, and I don't look at the board a lot, but I thought that one fastball looked pretty good to me, and I just wanted to see what he was doing. And it was like 94, I think. And he's kind of going, wow. So we're slowly building him up. I mean, he may end up being a starter one day. At least we know we got a long reliever. He can do a little bit of everything. So it's good to see.
How far would you say that he has come defensively since you got him on campus a couple of years ago?
Well, since probably the 1st of September, 2 Septembers ago, he's so much more polished. He always had talent and some skills. He just needed to be refined. He just needed to play a little bit. He just needed to, look at his future and what he wants to do, and he wants to play short. Well, he's a shortstop, and he can play short. He can play short in professional baseball. But he just had to learn how to really care about taking care of the ball and taking charge out there. And, man, he's done it. He's as good as they come right now.
Yesterday you said you need to get Iredale going a little bit. How big was that home run from him today?
That was huge. I mean, that was the beginning of that crazy inning. We got 2 outs, and then I think a 3-0 hitter got hit by a pitch maybe, and 4-hole hits a base hit to right. Cahillo hit a base hit to right and did a nice job with that pitch. And, I think Iredale had seen like 2 sliders in a row from the lefty, and he was 0-2, and they were down a little bit. And I guess they said, let's just do it again. And he left it more like mid-thigh, and he launched it. And, so location on those pitches make a big difference, and he missed his spot. Probably wanted to bury that thing. He didn't, and next thing you know, he hits one really through the wind, because that where he hit it, it didn't help it at all. It hurt it, if anything. And if he'd have hit that same ball down the line, it might have pushed it at the end. But he crushed it, and all of a sudden we're up 3-0, and I think it really, really affected their pitcher. And then things happened, obviously.
Yesterday, 70-something pitches through 3 innings. Today, again, 40-something pitches in the first inning. Just how happy are you with the patience at the plate right now?
Well, I'm super happy with it. I don't know how I couldn't be. It's like you couldn't really ask him to do more as far as fighting at the plate and trying to get it to the next hitter, or just sometimes just getting to the next pitch. And, the more pitches you can fight off, it's going to affect the next inning. And the next inning, then it'll affect the next game, because then they have to bring somebody else in that they maybe wanted to save for tomorrow or whatever. And it all adds up. Everything adds up. It's just like if, you kick a ball in the infield and now your pitcher's got to throw 25 pitches instead of 15. It's probably cost him 1 more inning in the game, even if he's having a good game. So then you got to use somebody. It's just everything matters. I tell them that all the time, and I think they get tired of hearing it, but it does.
Kind of pitching like you had a 2-run lead. How impressed were you with Aiden and Will to come in after the start that Gabe had and to go, 7 2/3 or whatever it was?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. It's that's all you could ask. Aiden came in a tough situation, facing at least what were their best hitter, and he maybe not be having the series but he's really good and he's very powerful, and he gets a ground ball like that. We're in the dugout, and he kind of stopped that and then pitched well after that. And then, Matt came in with an 8 or 9 run lead, but he attacked it like we were only up a couple runs. I mean, his stuff was really good. He located everything. Velocity was up, and he did his job, because, like I said, we scored 8 runs. They can score 8 runs. I've seen it done, and I've had it done against me. So, it relaxes the dugout, and you're happy that you have an 8-run lead. Coaches are just like, okay, let's keep scoring. We got to keep scoring, and hopefully we throw strikes, make them earn everything they get, and that's what those 2 guys did. Okay. See you tomorrow.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your #1 source for betting on all the madness. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from college basketball to a $200,000 bracket contest, BetOnline continues to be your #1 sports betting source. From every Cinderella story to every hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here.